Hello, students at Twin Lakes Academy Elementary. This is Miss Tron, and this week we're going to be doing observational drawing. I'm very excited to talk to you a little bit about observational drawing. You're going to be expected to work for about 55 minutes this week working on an observational drawing, and you get to pick the subject of your observational drawing, which should make it even more fun. Here are our basic rules of observational drawing. One is find something interesting to draw, and that's what your interest is, something that you find interesting to draw, inside or outside. If you have a space you can go to outside where you won't be around other people, because you know we are pretty much doing the social distancing thing right now. If you can go outside, like into your backyard and your front yard, and you'd like to draw out there, that's fine. But you can also make still lifes inside. Wow, I wonder what it would be like to just draw something ordinary like keys, or whoa, what would it be like to put out some art supplies and actually draw the art supplies? Whoa, it'd be really cool if you could put these art supplies maybe to even spell a letter and then draw that observationally. That'd be kind of interesting. Here's this Sprite bottle from my son's lunch. That could be interesting to draw. Food can be very interesting to draw. This looks like there's lots of circular shapes here. That could be interesting to draw. Oh wow, I have my son's stuffed animal. I see a lot of nice curved lines there. That could be interesting to draw. So it's anything you can think of that you would like that's interesting to draw. So let's move back to our next rule. Okay, next rule is look for lines and shapes you recognize. You know, I was kind of into this, this little still life of the fruit here. So lines and shapes I recognize. If I'm using this for my drawing, the first thing I'm going to look for is, wow, what kind of lines do I see? Well, I see lots of curved lines. I see the edge of the pear is curved. I see the oranges are curved. I see the grapes have curved lines. There's a few straight lines, maybe even something that can be considered zigzag lines. But overall, there are a lot of curved, rounded things going on here. As far as shapes, I see ovals. I see an oval here. I see an oval connected to a circle. The oranges are oval, circular shapes. Maybe even some of these stems, if I looked at them really up close, I could see them as being like very thin rectangles. So there's a lot of different lines and shapes going on here. Our next rule of observational drawing is draw big, not small. What that means that what I have noticed with my students tend to draw very small, but the problem when you draw very small is you don't have a lot to elaborate on. So the bigger you draw, the more space you have actually to add to your drawing. So draw larger if possible. Rule 4, look, draw, look, draw, look, draw, look, draw. When we were doing our portraits this year at Twin Lakes Academy, we talked about that a lot. If you're just hunched over your art and you're not actually looking at what you're drawing, you aren't able to see the lines and shapes very well. So if I'm over here working on this little still life, I'm not really drawing right now, but I'm pretending, oh, I noticed that there's a circle here. Let me draw that. So I'm looking as I draw, okay? Now, once you've come up with your drawing, the final part is to add details. That could be anything. Now, I have mentioned in our previous lesson, if you don't have a lot of fancy art supplies around, don't worry about it. You can simply use a pencil, add some shading, add some more lines, maybe add some values like dark, middle, and light colors. So those are some things you can add to your art. Wanted to talk to you guys also, hello again, about some work I've done observationally. These are a few pieces I've made in the last year or so. Right here we have this painting, okay? Now this is observationally done. Now trust me, I'm just showing examples. My expectation is not that you'll do something like this, but what I thought was kind of interesting about this is taking something small and making it larger. This was a dress hanging next to a drape. Now what I did in my art is I took something small and made it really large on the page, and it kind of gives you some more interesting values to look at. Coming over here, this is another piece of art I made. It was actually lace on an old wedding gown. And I thought it was really interesting how up close you see all these interesting details, beads, little pieces of thread. That could be interesting. So overall, what I wanted to tell you guys today, my expectations for this week are find something to draw. Look for some lines and shapes to draw your drawing, and then add some detail to it. It can be anything around your home. I'm going to be doing my own observational drawing, and it will also be a YouTube video so you can kind of see what I'm looking for. So have a great week and happy drawing.